Hey there everyone, and welcome back to some more Final Fantasy 16. Now, I do want to show you guys really quick, I did do grinding, so now for, we'll show it. So we're a little bit higher level, we're level 43 now. As well as you can see, my abilities are a little bit different. I did do grinding for the ability points, so I got a lot of the basic skills that you can swap onto any icon. These cheaper, I would say weaker, but the 3 basic but movable abilities of each of the icons. So got the 2 Ifrit ones, got the ones for the Phoenix, Garuda, Ramu, Titan, and Bahamut. I did not master any of their basically ultimate attacks though. We do have enough for the Flames of Rebirth, but I don't necessarily want to master that one right now because I like having the Phoenix shift. So probably if we don't get another icon and I get quite a bit of ability points, I'll probably either master Judgment Bolt or Giga Flare, just because both of them are higher damage. And even Judgment Bolt has some good stun at 3-star, while dealing 4-star damage. But Bahamut's Giga Flare does 5-star damage, 2-star stun. I don't know how much this will do. Actually, you know what? Let's at least upgrade this. Okay, so it maxes out at 4 and 2. Alright, so basically it's just a strong area attack, where Judgment Bolt's on a single enemy, and Giga Flare can be used on multiple enemies, but it's better just to use it on like a boss enemy. In our current setup, I went through and I looked at what ones actually did more damage. So, for the Phoenix, I still got Ignition and Flames of Rebirth, because those work awesome on it. For Bahamut, left Giga Flare, of course, except I got Wind Up, because it does 4-star damage and 2-star stun. And for Ramu, kept Judgment Bolt, but traded out the Thunderstorm for Raging Fist because it still does 3-star damage and it does 3-star stun compared to 3 damage, 2 stun. Only kicker is Raging Fist, you have to be right in front of the enemy, so that's the only bad thing. But anyways, with that, this recording is going to be focused on side quests, which I was counting them up, and there's actually quite a few right now. So, start with the reading table. Check out what things we got here. About the other day, all of you know, I ain't never shed a tear in front of no one, not even my mother, and you won't soon catch me doing the like again. So if it please your lordship, you can both, having trouble talking. We could both forget about the whole damn thing. The Sid I chose to follow all them years ago is gone, and there ain't no dragging him back from the depths of whatever hell he's talked his way into, but his legacy that lives on in you, everyone else here at the Hideaway, sure as the sky's blue. At least I think it's still blue, and as long as it is, I'll be right here where you can count on me. Now, as after Payback side mission, I realized that these missives, these letters, could actually be in response to some side quests that you do. Greetings from the Crimson Caravans. I trust you and your party gained the Dominion without... What? I trust you and your party gained the Dominion without further event. Should your travels ever bring you back to the market to put you in need of additional assistance, you will find the Crimson Caravans more than happy to oblige. We might even offer a discount on our usual rates. Eloise. Cursebreaker intelligence reports from our brothers and sisters afield are all the same. These accursed skies cast not only a pall over the land, but over the hearts of our people. Hearts already heavy from the fall of the Dominion and destruction of Storm's final Mother Crystal. For now, the realm endures, but with each new flood, do her few remaining children descend further into madness. The situation is, as ever, dire. Fresh wings shall find you on the new moon's turning. Until then, our watch continues. May the crystal's curse be broken. Quite the mess. Word out of Twinside is that there's little left of the capital after the Mad Prince's royal tantrum, but But what of you and yours? Did you manage an escape before the city went tits up? I trust you did. But Astolas might be good to set Elle's mind at ease. Theodore. I like Theodore. Still haven't seen much of him, though. How fares the rest? This was after the Flames of War. The Guardians are getting along with the Axis fine enough, working to shore up the rest's walls when not clearing out what few threats remain down the reeds, though chances are we'd still be neck-deep in Akashic had you not given the Horde your firm but gentle nudge. I know you have a realm to save and all, but if you're ever in need of a quick receiver, come see us and we'll tap you at a cask. Martha. The flames burn bright. You have an uncanny talent of showing up where you're most needed, my lord. Without your steel, I fear the rest would be in the hands of the Akashic, and us but more of their nameless numbers. However, with the Horde now both thinned and fractured, we Guardians can focus our efforts on putting down the smaller packs without the worry of being overwhelmed, while Martha's blood axes can return to defending the Tor. As for young Oscar, you will forgive my sudden request for taking him under your wing. He's a good man, attentive, polite, hardworking, so as you can see, he already has learned everything he can from me. He would do well to continue his squiring under a more worthy shield, and the realm has none more worthy than you, Wade. Except we haven't seen Oscar at all, so I wonder if he'll show up later. Word from Northreach. Clive, you have the town's thanks for helping rid us of the thralls, but we are neither of us so naive to think we have seen the end of their like. Good Philippe has taken scene that we are prepared should the ghouls come once again calling, but I oft worry the rank of captain has begun to weigh heavily upon his shoulders. Just as I imagine the same might be said of you and your burdens, but remember, should the weight ever become too much, you needn't stand alone. Our hearts and arms remain ever open, as do the Vale's doors. Isabel. Dramatis Personae. The Garden League have put aside their differences for the time being, allowing us all leave to sip our snake spit in relative leisure. For that, I would hazard we have your better half to thank. She put on quite a performance. As for yours, well, from one aspiring thespian to another, mine is just working on your delivery, and your projection, and those stiff limbs of yours, and your countenance, and, well, everything else. We won't want to do the name Underhill a disservice now, would we? Lubor. Duty. My Lord Marquess, in your absence shall I watch over my new charges, affording them every protection I'm able. I only ask that you do the same for his grace. Yote. A humble request. First, let's read this before accepting. Master Clive, I apologize for the sudden and untoward gesture. Circumstances have forced me to seek immediate aid, and there is none other to whom I may turn. Your most Sorry, I heard like cracking or something. Seek immediate aid, and there's none other to whom I may turn. Your most esteemed Lord Uncle has presented me with a task most vexing, and I fear I am wholly unable to perform to his vaulted expectations, namely due to a marked lack of martial aptitude on my part. To which I am but a manservant, not a mercenary, while I maintain the fitness ample to attend to the needs of a manor, to the attending of bandits and back alleys I am sorely ill-equipped. If it please you, my lord, prithee come and see me at Martha's Rest, where I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full. Sebastian Rutherford, Seneschal to Lord Byron Rossfield. Sure.
Rutherford? Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
It is weird he's at Martha's Rest. You'd think he'd be over in Port Isolde. I think. Oops, bumped off from there. Martha's Rest. Okay, he's right in the end. Perfect. And also, we do have less gold just because I did buy some more music stuff. So instead of having like over the 100,000, we're now down to 13,000. But that's fine. Basically, only buy potions and high potions. Is he down here?
Have you heard the latest from Twinside?
Nope.
That the Empress is no more.
Ever trust an owl bearing good news, I say. It's true.
Oh,
My lord
right there.
Marcus, is that you?
Our country back.
It is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas, I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalamil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
Alright, interesting. We'll see how easy or tough this is. So, Dalamil, we're going down here. Going out the south side. Alright. I kind of want to get some
It's not going
group
to be
fights.
easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy.
Yeah, I kind of want to get into a group fight too, because otherwise when I was grinding, it was more focused on using skills that would take out the enemies quick enough, so that way I could just keep on doing the same stage replay, which ironically was the stage replay of the Free Cities of Canver. Because I looked up, out of curiosity, what would be the best way to gain experience and ability points. And for the ability points, it was at
Someone's got himself in
least
trouble.
to replay that mid game would be to play that. Late game, there is another one that supposedly gets more experience, but we'll see when we get to it.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Ah, so they're not Republic fighters anymore. Perfect. Group fight. Let's see how well we can do this time. Powered up. Alright. Does some pretty good damage. Their sword does decent damage too. Pretty sure I had actually upgraded and swapped to this sword during the last recording. So I believe it's a rune sword, +1. Nice. Nice. Enemy slain. Decent reward. Common stuff. Whatever.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Okay, so the Republic's actually in disarray. That's not good. Oh, and actually, when I was checking out the map too, I'd wondered what was the point of these chains going across the map. And then I realized when I was looking at areas that the reason for that is when you go to the local map, the only areas that will show will be all the locations that are actually within that change section. That's why the local map here, when you hit it, you can go all the way north to the Dim, west to Port Azold, or east to Hawk's Cry Cliff, which is there, and the 3 reeds. But then, when you go east of it, then it's the Orbel Downs over. And then same for this. And I'm sure we'll actually have some over here, probably based on the location of a lot of these. Oh, I didn't realize that one was actually up high on the rocks. I take that back then. I was going to say I think the only areas then will probably would be like here on up. But might have some over. Oh no, it would still be within the chain. Okay. So maybe up to here. Gotcha. Alright, that's kind of cool. Anyways, just want to point that out while we had the map open. And I keep hitting the R2. Don't know why. Part of it is probably because also I was grinding on Pandora Frontiers of Tomorrow. What?
There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere.
I butchered that title way worse than I ever possibly could. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. Woo. That was Really bad flip up on my side.
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
Alright. Search for Rockford's assailants.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
They didn't make it far at all. And of course, we'll save the big executioner guy for last. Oh no! He canceled my attack. That's another thing I don't like about Titan's abilities, is if you want to max it out, you gotta use a charge. Alright, let's at least get rid of the small guy before we work on the big guy. There we go. Alright, damage. Except it leaves me open. I mean, granted, the ignition ability does the same. Nice. Gonna use Ramu's ability. Gonna use Flames Rebirth. Another reason I like having Flames Rebirth too, because it stops the timer. So it could be like a last-minute hit that you add in. I mean, not stops timer, but it like stops the movement of enemies around. Which is awesome. Makes it really helpful to throw in there, especially since it helps heal your health as well.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bistolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
Yeah, except there's such disarray. Such disarray that, really... That dude kept doing it again. Such disarray that everything's pretty dangerous. Dangerous to travel. Dangerous to just be anywhere, it seems. Without possibly getting robbed or just outright attacked.
I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it, a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
Alright, perfect. Quest complete. Smooth like Butler. Ooh, Breath of Light. For Flare Breath. Reduces Flare Breath cooldown time by 2.7 seconds. Alright. I don't really use that, but I'll take it.